Welcome back to my channel, guys. So this video is going to be all about how I transitioned, my journey, my tips, what did and didn't work for me, and just how to go about transitioning if you're ready to start. This video will also be about what I wish I knew before I went natural, just because I want to be that person for you guys where it's not sugar-coated about the transitioning process with actually being natural. Like, I want to be that YouTuber that you guys, like, you know that is real. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat, oh yeah, just castor oil your hair every night and your hair is gonna grow and you're gonna be natural. Like, no, this is a process where you have to have patience. You will cry, like, unless it's just me because I'm kind of emotional, but you will, like, I cried a couple times with those tangles and my curly hair mixing with my straight ends. Like, it's a process. Like, you really have to have patience. That's probably the number one thing with going natural is patience. Like, that's definitely what I learned. So yeah, this video is going to be including tips, embarrassing pictures of me transitioning, and just what I wish I knew. So if you guys are wondering why I'm sitting in my bed, this is more so of like a comfortable chat. I didn't want to be like at my little hair station where I normally do my hair, just because I want to be comfortable, and I just feel like this is like a quick like girl chat, like real, you know, just relaxed. And I wish I had some candles to set the mood, you know. But yeah, like, this is just a comfortable space. We're gonna be pretty vulnerable, especially when I pull out those pictures. I did write down some tips you can't even see. I did write down some things that I'd like to talk about, so yeah, let's get into it. First, I want to start off with what made me go natural. And honestly, watching YouTubers like Juliana Palencia and Nia Imani, they really inspired me to go natural just by watching them, how they took care of their hair, all the steps they took to make sure that their hair was how they liked it, just how they styled their hair, just a bunch of different things that they put into their hair to really cater to it really made me want to go natural and like learn about my natural hair as well. I've had texturized hair since elementary school, I'd say about 3rd or 4th grade, and really I had no clue about my curl pattern, my curl texture. Prior to me being texturized, my mom just used to put those little doodle braids in my hair, but she made it real cute, of course. And yeah, so once I got older and I realized like this is not my curl pattern, and you know, I don't really know what grows, like how my hair grows out of my head, it really made me think like, what am I doing? Let me backtrack and see what my roots are. I couldn't believe that I went from like 3rd or 4th grade to just about the end of high school / college not knowing what my natural hair pattern was. That's also why I decided to go natural. While my hair was texturized, I'd say that it wasn't too thick and it wasn't too thin, but I did have a lot of shedding. Like, I'd get my hair washed and set every Saturday, and by I'd say Tuesday or Wednesday, I'd say I'd had a lot of shedding. Like, my hair was just like falling out, like, and not like at a point where I'd be balding, because no matter how much hair fell out, I still feel like I had enough hair, but I just knew that it wasn't natural for that to happen. But you know, when you're used to something, you take a while to change it, because it's just like, this is all you know. So also when I decided to go natural, I wanted to see if that issue would stop occurring. So that's the history about my texturized hair. I will insert some clips just so you can see the perm state, which I thought was so beautiful too, but like, knowing that my hair, it wasn't unhealthy, but it wasn't its best. Looking back, I'm just like, wow, like I could have been doing those straight hair like styles or more diverse styles once I was natural. So now into my transitioning journey. I transitioned for about a year and a half, and get comfortable for about a year and a half, and that journey, let me tell you, was the longest year and a half of my life. You guys might think I'm being dramatic, but like, no, seriously, I've had to double back. Like, honestly, if I'm being completely vulnerable with you guys, my first attempt at going natural, I did run back to the creamy crack. Yes, I did. 6 months in, if you saw my second to last post on my curl page on Instagram, you'll know that I definitely ran back to that creamy crack, that perm, that texturizer, whatever you want to call it, because I could not manage. Like, I just had no knowledge of my hair, how to manage the 2 textures at once, and yeah, I just cracked. Like, I could not do it. I feel like I didn't have enough confidence in myself too to do it as well, because it's just like I would when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grow out my hair, and then every month until that 6-month mark, and I was just like, you know what, this is too much. Like the time I spent on my hair is very different to jump from getting your hair done by somebody and then not having to do it for the next week or two, to having to wake up every morning and arrange your hair and manipulate your hair to the way you want it every single day. It's a big difference. So for me not being used to that, I was like, you know what, this is too much work. I'm just jump back to what I know and get my hair permed. And honestly, now that I look back at it, I do have a tiny bit of regret about it, just because I feel like I could have been so much farther along. 6 months is a long time, and that is a lot of growth. But you know, everything happens for a reason. I feel like now I'm more educated on my hair, how to take care of it, and just about what I should be putting in my hair. So I do feel like I made the right decision going back to the natural life. So in this very moment, I am 2 years natural. This is what we've come up with in 2 years. So now into my transitioning journey. So most of my transitioning process, I did braid outs. I did try twist outs. They never helped because my hair was like silky straight. Twists unraveled on their own. They did not last. They did not take the curl of the twist. I tried bantu knots, but I didn't like how short it was. And looking back at my transitioning pictures with my braid outs, I thought I was styling and profiling. I thought I was so cute with the little waves going, but like really my hair was so stringy and washed out. Like now let's hear some pictures about like right here of how stringy and dead my hair looked. Like it did not look good, and I really need to take it off with my high school friends because nobody told me. So my hair was stringy, it was thin. I would say it was thin compared to my thick roots that were growing out, because the roots weren't processed. There was no manipulation to my roots, so it was completely different from my straight ends that have been processed for years on years on years. So just like looking back at my braid outs, they were not cutting it. Like now that I'm natural and I know what a healthy braid out looks like, those braid outs from transitioning days were not cutting it. Like I thought it was so cute, and I thought like every night, well not every Sunday night I'd like braid my hair and let it set, let it dry, and next day I'd go to school, thought I was cute with my little waves, my little beach waves, and let me tell you, it was not it at all. So for me, I'll say what worked for me, and it may not work for everyone else. What definitely worked for me was Shea Moisture, Jamaican Black Castor Oil, and coconut oil. And I know a lot of people may have something against one of the products I listed, but for me personally, they definitely aided in my hair growth and making my braid outs look a little more, you know, put together, and definitely I'd say helped my hair grow in the time span that it did. And now look at me cheating on them with Mielle Organics, Camille Rose, Cream of Nature, like, but that's what happens when you're natural. You have to test out everything and just see what your hair likes, because it may like something more than what you're used to. So once my hair grew out and I had a little bit of straight ends left, I'll enter the picture right here of what I'm talking about. I'll definitely say that my go-to style was no longer braid outs, but slick back buns. It's because my roots were so thick and curly that it didn't mesh well with the braids. So my braids would be nice and defined at the roots or at the majority of my hair, but my ends would be stringy and not take the same shape as the braid. And I felt like that looked a little crazy to me, so I did convert to slick back buns, which definitely helped my hair grow even faster than the braid outs, just because it's a low manipulation style and I didn't have to tamper with my hair as much. But yeah, so basically my whole freshman year of college, I had a slick back bun. Like if you go to school with me, you know, like that was my look. I did not want my hair out at all. It was literally just the slick back bun, ends tucked. It was literally like the, you know, those donut buns. That's exactly what I had my entire freshman year of college. It was that or braids. Like I would literally wash my hair, deep condition, do the LOC method, and gel my hair right into that bun. It was nothing else. There was no, let's do a braid out and we still get puffy so we can have a cute puff like this, or nothing. Like there was none of that. It was just wash my hair still soaking wet, right into that bun. Like I did not take any chances. I just wasn't comfortable with my hair being out. Like I just felt like I needed a little more growth just to wear it out, you know what I mean? Like right before I cut. So the summer after my freshman year of college, I decided that I was ready to big chop, just because I only had about like 3 inches left of my straight ends, and I'll insert another picture right there just so you guys can see like what I'm talking about. But yeah, I just felt like, you know, now I'm dragging it, like now it's time to cut, you know. I'm holding on to these dead ends for nothing. It's literally like in that transitioning process, I feel like every person goes through this when they transition, where it's like, what's even the point of holding on to these pieces? Like, you'll come to that realization, like, you know what, you're just holding on to this for no reason, so just cut it. Whether that be you transition for a month or for a year and a half like me, you're gonna come to that realization. It's just like, what's even the point of holding on to these dead ends? Let's just cut them off. And that's the feeling I got. So I decided, you know what, let me just grab my scissors, some Aussie Moist conditioner, and I'm gonna go into the bathroom and I'm just gonna take out every single curl and cut off all the dead ends. Like, for me, it made no sense to hold on to about 3 inches of dead, straight, stringy ends when I had about 12 inches of healthy, curly hair. Like, I just felt like it was the right time, I was comfortable, and yeah, so I just went ahead and cut. So ever since I did my big chop, like every new natural, I was still struggling on how to style my hair, because it's like, it's literally like, even though you've been growing it out for so long, it still feels like a new head of hair, where it's like, dang, what do I do with this? Like, or how do I style this? There's no like extra steps to tuck this away or to blend this in. And like every new natural, I jumped straight into that high puff. I did the high puff every single wash day. And if you notice, like, there's a pattern with me where once I figure out a new style, I do that style for forever until I try something new on my own. I'm just like, oh, this is cute too. Let's do this for forever too, until we find something new. That's literally my pattern. Like, the braid outs for a year, the bun for a year, the high puff for just about a year, until I realized like I can do braid outs with my natural hair now, you know? So if that's your process too, that's completely fine. Do what you're comfortable with and just make the best of your process. That's really what I'd suggest. So if you guys are wondering why I didn't do braid outs when I first big chop, it's because my hair didn't take the shape of the braid. And that's when I learned that you have to train your curls once you big chop. You think that like, because you've been growing out your hair for all this time, that once you cut your hair the curls just be there, but no, like, you have to really train your hair. Once I cut my hair, it would not take the shape of a twist, of a braid, and I was thinking maybe I need to get new products, or maybe I was doing something wrong, but really, how my hair adapted to the new cut. Literally, once I big chopped my hair, no matter how much I tried to define the curls, I did the raking method, I did the shingling method, I literally did all the things I saw on YouTube, and my hair, once I stepped outside, would just frizz up and shrink. Like, nothing was working. That's also why I stuck with the high puffs, because I knew that would work.
I won't come back again.
Okay.
I promise.
Okay.
You should throw that in there.
Yeah, I'm leaving this in, Mom.
Okay.
Bye.
Make sure you put, I was really interrupted by my mom. No, don't say rudely. I was interrupted by my mom.
Rudely interrupted by my mother. Bye. Moving forward. Where were we? First tip, leave your hair alone. Don't completely abandon your hair, but just leave it alone so that it can do what it does. You don't want to keep manipulating your hair and fumbling with it and basically getting in the way of what it's trying to do, which is flourish. The best way to do that is definitely do protective styling, whether that be a bun or braids or any type of style that tucks your hair away, or especially your ends. That's definitely what I suggest when transitioning, because you're not troubling your hair. The more you mess with your hair, the more manipulation it has, the more it's being tampered with, stopping it from growing, stopping it from being healthy, and stripping it of whatever it would have had if you didn't touch your hair. My next tip would be oils. Oiling your scalp is definitely the key to a healthy hair growth journey. So for me, Jamaican black castor oil and coconut oil worked for me. You may have a different sensitivity to those oils, but for me, that's what worked. If you want to know what oils do work for you, like I said before with the products, you just have to experiment and see what your hair reacts to better. Oiling your hair allows your hair to get those nutrients, those vitamins, that protein, just so that your hair can be stronger. Next is deep conditioning. I swear by deep conditioning, like, you have to deep condition. Like, you just have to. There's no way you can wash your hair and just jump into styling. You have to deep condition. It's essential. I personally recommend deep conditioning every single wash day, just because when you do wash your hair and you deep condition, you definitely feel the difference versus washing your hair and not deep conditioning. Deep conditioning your hair is like a spa day treatment for your hair, and if you've ever been to a spa, you know that feeling of renewal, rebirth, just rejuvenation, and your hair needs that, especially when you're newly natural and you've been wanting to try all these natural styles all these years and you never got to do it because you were natural. Now that you're natural and you do want to do these cute styles that involve a lot of manipulation, you do have the deep condition. But no, seriously, deep conditioning is your sister in this journey. It'll literally help your hair be a better her. Like, your hair will flourish with deep conditioning. That, if there's anything you take away from this video, let it be that deep conditioning is key to healthy growth. But whether you're transitioning, whether you're permed, whether you're natural, like, deep conditioning is it. You also want to use products that your hair reacts well to and that has loads and loads of slip, just because that line of demarcation in your hair where you have curly roots and straight ends will create a lot of friction. When you're detangling, and you don't want to create more tension in your hair by using products that don't have enough slip. Let me see. Oh my god, is this my first unboxing? Welcome to this. Guys, what do we have here? It is from Mayel. Let's just sum it. So, we have the mint almond oil, which I love. This is about my 4th bottle. I love this to break the crunch of gels. And you guys, are you ready? This will be my next video. My next video will be a review of the rice water. I have been waiting for this forever, and I only got 2 products because everything else was sold out. But is there anything else in here? Let there be more. No, there's nothing else. But y'all, I will be doing a review on these 2 products next. I'm so excited. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on my social medias. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video to the fullest.